Hey, how are you doing? All right, so I came across EMA Design Automation's website, and I'm always looking at PCB design software, whether it be Altium, Cadence, OrCAD, Cadence Allegro, Autodesk Eagle CAD, because Autodesk bought Eagle, Fusion 360, that's a mechanical design software, KeyCAD. I have all of those installed on my computer, okay? I use all of them. I'm sure you have some experience with multiple printed circuit board design packages, or at least I hope you have so far. If you haven't, take a look at this. All right, so I was just perusing the website, and then on the first page I see here, or whatever page, boom, OrCAD PCB Designer Ultra Bundle. Now, this is a $3,480 value. Actually, in my opinion, maybe a bit more than that, maybe twice as much for everything you're getting. But this is new. I'm not sure when this started or happened, but it's still up here. So you want to take advantage of this deal, and why that is, I'm going to break it down. Okay. So first of all, you get OrCAD PCB Designer before we even get into standard. I'm speaking over and tripping over my words here. OrCAD PCB Designer. Okay. First of all, if you're looking for jobs in a PCB design space, or even if you're trying to do freelancing, or especially if you're trying to do freelancing, you want a PCB design software that's going to give you tight control and professional level quality work. Okay. And that's what OrCAD PCB Designer is. And that's what it does. In addition, if you're looking for jobs, right, really, the more jobs you see in the U.S., I'm talking about the United States market, you're going to see jobs that say Cadence, Allegro, OrCAD, or a combination of the three, right? Even if they say Altium or Mentor Graphics, that's the other one, or something else, Eagle or something. Typically, you're going to also see them mention Cadence. Cadence is a company that makes this OrCAD software. Well, actually, they bought OrCAD a few decades ago, and they kept it. But anyway, so OrCAD is owned by Cadence Design Systems, and it just gives you the most opportunities. There are just so many jobs in the US that ask for this software. That's the first thing. So if you want better job opportunities or to be a freelancer, this is the software to go with. I highly recommend it. Not because I use it, because I use 4 PCB design softwares and counting. All of them are good. Okay. I'm just saying, if you're in the US market, so far, this is OrCAD is what I rely on. I also really like Altium. So I'm just, a lot of people like Altium as well. It's really nice. I'm just saying this is very good too. Then OrCAD PCB Designer Standard. What's standard about? Okay, so let's look at some comparison chart. 1 second. All right. Now this page may be a little outdated. I have a feeling that this may be outdated. Let's look at for PSpice. All right, there's something on here. If you look at this list, ask EMA Design Automation for the updated list for this, because this may not be the most updated. But you can simulate PSpice before in OrCAD PCB Designer Standard, before version 17.4. Oh, this is version 17.4, by the way, this deal, not 17.2. With the 17.2 standard, I believe, or sometime a year ago or more, PCB Designer Standard did not have simulation. Now it does. It has a few more options that you would get in PCB Designer Professional. So look at this comparison chart, but don't just go based on this. Contact EMA Design Automation or Cadence for the most recent or updated list. Basically, what Standard does is it allows you to do some complex boards for sure. Densely packed boards and all that. It's very powerful software in its own right. You just don't get as many of the features that make it easier for you to do that stuff. OrCAD Professional has features that allow you to make things easier, like the signal integrity option. You get that in Professional. You don't get pre and post road signal integrity analysis. Normally you have to be concerned about signal integrity like that. I mean, you always have to be concerned about it in general, but when it really becomes an issue is when you're dealing with high-speed boards. If you're not dealing with high speed, then standard is generally quite fine, more than enough. Okay. And that's what standard can do for you. And you don't have a layer, you don't have like some crazy layer limit as far as I'm aware. You can do, I don't know how many, what the number of layers are, but you can probably go to at least 10, talk to them. 10 or more, 17 layers. I'm not, it's a lot of layers. And then there's the perpetual license. Okay, so before I talk about a perpetual license, let's be clear. ORCAD PCB Designer, that's something that's in demand in the US, especially with PCB designers. And then Standard, this is enough to get you going and to keep you going. A lot of boards, a lot of them, unless you're doing some crazy product or whatever, you don't have to worry about high-speed design yet. I recommend that if you have the opportunity to go professional, just get the professional. But for now, if you just want to get things going, work with standard non-high-speed boards for a few years, then get to high speed and upgrade, then this is great. Perpetual license. Oh, before I even get to that, again, the standard, this has design for manufacturing options. There's a DFM wizard that allows you to do design for manufacturing spacing, which is important and necessary, and is more, let's see, how do I say? It's something you really need. You just need. This is one of the only software I know, maybe this and Altium, that has actual built-in design for manufacturing features in here. And that's important. When you send in your PCB to get evaluated by your manufacturer, it should not be some big iterative process with them kicking the board back to you saying, hey, you've got some copper slivers over here, you need to move these traces further away from each other and blah blah blah, and shorts over here. No, you don't want to go through that back and forth process. That's what we're used to, right? But it actually shouldn't be that way. The purpose of design is to get it as close and to right as the first time. So standard allows you to do that with design for manufacturing, design for assembly. I don't know software other than this and maybe Altium that do that. Okay, maybe Eagle. I haven't dug far enough into Eagle to see if it does that. I don't think it does at this time. All right, that's important. And a lot of companies or whoever doesn't talk about design for assembly, design for manufacturing, or when they do, we're like, okay, well, why do we care? This is important. Okay, I spent too long on that. The perpetual license bit. Okay, if you're the type of person like myself or whoever, many people I've talked to, who you like the subscription models for certain things, but when it comes to maybe software or something else, you just want to pay once and be done with it. Well, you can do that with this bundle. So you get standard forever, perpetually. Now, I can't say how many updates how long you'll get updates, but I think you'll get like the current version as it is for like perpetually. And the current version as it is fine enough for what you need to do. I use it every day. Also at work, freelance stuff, and mostly training. So now there's the 6-month access to Ultra Librarian for ORCAD. And so before I even get to that, those 3 or 4 benefits alone is worth well above this $530. You're not even going to miss this. Okay. You work a few hours more in the week or whatever, or by next month, this is going to be gone. If you didn't spend this on this, it's going to be spent on something else. Okay. Maybe Starbucks. I don't spend that much on Starbucks, but if you're not watching your money, it's easy to spend that much. Okay, let's talk about the 6-month access to Ultra Librarian for ORCAD. This is bananas, right? So you get 6 months access. Why do we care about Ultra Librarian for ORCAD, or what even is Ultra Librarian for ORCAD? So first of all, Ultra Librarian is a company that gives you footprints. Let me see. Anyway, Ultra Librarian is a company. Let's click on the link here. That gives you footprints and schematic symbols and some 3D step models for free. And by some, I mean like millions. You won't always find what you need. Yeah, 16 million. But a lot of the times you will. So you can get this, download these things for free from Ultra Librarian's website, right? So why is this be something that they would market? It's because Ultra Librarian for ORCAD, this tool, which comes integrated with ORCAD, is actually, it makes the process even easier. So first of all, making parts, schematic symbols, footprints, and getting 3D step models manually is extremely time consuming. It takes up the majority of the PCB design time, actually. It takes up the majority of the time. Getting the parts, just gluing them together once you have a design isn't hard. It's connect the dots at that point. But getting the parts is time consuming. It's just painful. So this cuts off at least 40%, the Ultra Librarian. No, actually, I would say 20% of your time is cut off by downloading it for free from Ultra Librarian's website. You can totally do that. The big thing here, though, is the tool that integrates with OrCAD cuts that time down even more by another 20%. So you get 40% of your time back by actually maybe even more than that, because you could just click some buttons within the OrCAD tool, and then it downloads them automatically into your machine, and you keep on moving and place your parts and you keep going. You don't have to leave the software to do that. So that's fantastic, and you get that for 6 months. So let me hurry up here. Now, the last thing you want, the last thing you're going to get is 6-month access to EMA OrCAD ELearning. That's crazy. Why is that crazy? Because I've taken EMA Design Automation's learning, their courses. And the thing about it is they give you training manuals for each of the courses. Each of the training manuals is about 100 to 200 pages. You get access to their quizzes for the certification badges. Let's see if I can find them. I can't find them right now, but if you look at EMA's online training, you get access to their certification badges. Maybe it's in one of these or something like that. And let's see, let's look at our popularity. So a lot of people are just getting the standard software. A lot of people are getting the Designer Ultra bundle already. Okay, EMA OrCAD Learning. Oh, I think I already had this up. All right, cool. Yeah, and this is the training overview. So look at this, take a look at it and see if there's anything that you would find interesting. Here we go. This is where you can get certified with OrCAD. You learn Capture Essentials. And when they say Essentials, it's a lot of information. This is way more than Essentials, okay? PCB Editor Essentials, they're going to teach you way more than what you're going to be using a lot of the time. And also they're same for PSpice. Okay, so there's that. The e-learning is invaluable, and especially once you can get those certifications. I have those badges because I passed the certification. You need to pass the test. These are digital badges that last forever, and you can always brush up because you can download the manual for each of these, and it just adds credibility to your thing. I don't see many people flaunting their badges or whatever, but it's something you can pull out and say, hey, I know the software inside and out. And that's powerful. When you know your stuff and you can deal with those questions from employers and they ask you details about what about this IPC standard and this and that, which is really PCB design, not the OrCAD software. But when they can ask you detailed questions about how to use OrCAD, man, cracking the OrCAD code, I like to call it, then you're just, in their eyes, you're going to be like, whoa, this guy, this lady, they know their stuff. Let's have a serious conversation with them about this job or this new opportunity or this project. Okay, that was my really long explanation about this thing I just came across this morning, right? So it's Friday morning here, and man, I kind of want to buy this now, actually. I don't need to since I use and teach and train in the software, but if I didn't, I would want to buy this. This is a great deal, especially that design for manufacturing part. Look into that design for manufacturing. See if your CAD software tool has that feature. Because if it doesn't, then you might want to look at OrCAD. All right. Thanks for watching.